Payphone. Sex dream. Nut. Glass bong.
Don't tell anybody. Zach's sleeping.
Don't tell him.
Oh.
Don't tell the babysitter's dead.
What? Don't tell mom the babysitter's sleeping? So, I don't know. It's
Don't tell mom the babysitter's taking a nap.
Zach's been awake all night and all day. He's hanging in there. Good job, Zach.
A lot of content.
Yeah,
a lot of content this week.
Uncles are better.
A lot of commie content.
There was some even, yeah.
Uncles are better when they're a little sleepy.
Oh, yeah. All the good stuff comes out. I'm tired, Unky.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead was badass, by the way. Loved that movie.
Episode 136 of Can You Don't. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show thus far. And if you want to go that extra mile, support us on Patreon. We reward you for that, by the way. You get bonus content, early releases, ad-free episodes, and then just pick whatever tier is right for you. Head over to patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. Just a reminder, you can gift a Patreon subscription as well. So if you know somebody that would enjoy the bonus content but maybe can't afford it, head on over there and you can gift it to them.
Do we have any of those yet?
Does it tell us?
I don't know if it tells us.
Yeah. Send in content. The email address for that, whatever you find on the World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
And personal stories.
What is internet?
I think I watched a laser disc presentation about what is internet.
What is internet?
Remember Laserdisc?
Oh, yeah.
That was the future? No, it was not.
I mean, it was future for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, for like a couple months.
Yeah.
Those giant
That's
players.
how technology that works, though, man.
Hey, guys, at CanYouDon'tPodcast.com. That is the email address. Doing a classic Can You Don't episode today, complete with all your favorites. And then we have a Googly Eye update.
We do.
We talked about this story, fucking who knows, months ago now?
At this point, it feels like years ago.
Yeah, but it has happened, and we have pictures to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you find over there, Brian?
Yeah, so it says mission to get eyes on T. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. It's so funny.
It was accomplished.
Okay, they did it.
A handful of trains now sport googly eyes. Here's one of them.
It just makes traveling more fun, doesn't it?
Does.
When the train that's coming to get you has some fucking googly eyes on the front. Like, you could be having a really bad day.
You're going to sit on that train and continue to have a bad day?
Well, yeah, but while it's pulling up.
Not true.
Yeah, you'll be happy.
You're going to be happy and you get on the train, you're like,
oh shit, my day still sucks. Still going to my shitty job.
Because you can't see the googly eyes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll get passed by another train with googly eyes.
Flying
and
down
they're
the
looking
track.
at each other. Back in April, a group of local residents held a sparsely attended rally and march on Boston Common to ask the T for just one thing: put some googly eyes on the trains. And they listened.
Mm-hmm.
5 trains, including a commuter rail train, now will offer passengers 1,000-yard googly-eyed stares.
It is a little creepy in the night.
Yeah.
Like that. It's really funny, well lit. You're like, oh, that's a cute little train. At night, you're like, is this fucking happening?
Demonic.
Yeah. They light up red and it laughs. It's like,
yeah. You know what it's like? Fucking Maximum Overdrive.
No.
With starring Emilio Estevez.
I got PTSD. My stepdad allowed me to watch that. Is it even a good movie?
I was just going to say, I rewatched it, I don't know, probably 6 months ago, maybe.
Really?
Less than that. And if you think of it as, it seems to me like they knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Because it seems like a cheesy 80s action movie, but to me, I think they knew what they were doing.
Okay.
That it was a little bit of parody, a little bit of scary.
So kind of making fun of itself.
Sort of.
Okay.
But maybe that wasn't the intention. But as an adult watching it, that's the feeling I got. That they were like, oh, okay.
Like watching, what would be a movie now? Like Killer Santa.
Yeah, The Violent Night.
Yeah, they know it's goofy, but it's still well made.
Don't take it. We're not taking it ourselves seriously, so don't take it seriously.
Listen, we've got a bunch of expensive equipment, and we're going to do something with it. And what we're going to do is make scary semi-trucks.
Yeah. I mean, everybody does that. They're like, holy shit, we can do that now? And then they do it, and then it's like, okay, that was ridiculous. And then it felt like they were like, well, yeah, we have the technology, so let's just kind of spoof it a little bit. Because there's like fucking Naked Gun parody. You know, it's like slapstick. And then there's like is it parody?
Well-made parody.
Like, is it?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what that was.
And then one more picture, if you are watching. This is my favorite train. Look at this guy.
Nice.
Man.
He looks a little serious more than the other guy.
Well, I mean, his eyes are like, hello. Am I at the right
Does
stop?
he have a beard or like a mustache or something? His little plow.
Yeah.
It looks like it's part of the face.
Yeah. Well, good job, whoever you are at your sparsely attended rally.
Like 7 guys. Come on!
You fucking pulled it off.
We want googly eyes. What do we want? Googly eyes. When do we want it?
Quit saying that one. Do a new one.
Where do we want them? On the front.
They say different things. On the back front.
On the caboose.
Guys, it's the front. Oh, I want them on the back. All right, let's get the show.
I thought we were on the same page. We want googly eyes. We want them on the front.
The train.
Stick with it.
And then 2 people walk off. No.
Now there's 5 people at this rally.
All right, you ready to get the show going?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna
Zach.
start my own rally.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
The even more sparsely attended back of train Googly Eye rally.
Yep. Across the field,
Where do we-
across the tracks,
Where do we want them? Back.
in the back.
It's just 2 dudes. 2 drunk dudes yelling at each other.
It's
All
like
right.
the Hatfield and McCoys now. What are we doing?
We're doing a Would You
All right.
Rather.
Yeah. So this was
It looks a little sexy. I see some nice words.
yeah. So sex dream. I
Okay.
just Googled. It was like filthy Would You Rather's.
What?
And this was number 2 on a list that I found.
2 of filth.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the filthy
Yeah,
list.
on the filth meter.
Yeah.
It's like the fire or the Bush's terror warning thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like orange.
okay. Or yeah, the Smokey the Bear fire danger.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
It's not red.
No.
But it's orange.
It's there.
Not in California. Well,
Well, by the time this comes out, it might have rebuilt already. Okay.
you hope.
Back to you.
All right. Would you rather walk around your work all day with your favorite porn category labeled on your forehead,
Okay.
which we all know what you're into,
No, you don't.
cum compilations,
Yeah, we really don't, do we?
or what is it?
Complex sex.
Compilations.
Definitely
Complex
compilations.
sex compilations. Or
Mindful Prego.
have a vivid sex dream about your boss and have to tell them and the rest of your team about it in detail in the morning meeting.
Oh my God.
It was slightly different, but I cut out some of the fat. So
Okay. I mean, can I offer an amendment suggestion?
no, doesn't mean it's going to pass, but
Okay. Well, you guys can decide on it, you and Uncle Zach. Instead of favorite porn category, what about last porn category you came to?
That's good.
Just because.
where you ended up, you mean? Like where
What's that?
you finished, you mean? Like
Sure.
what took you, what got you there?
What got you there? Right across the fucking finish line.
Fuck it, this'll do.
Yeah.
I just want to come at this point.
Because, I mean, the favorite, it just changes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it just cycles around, go through phases. One day it's a pilgrim. The next it's a Mormon, you know?
It's Pocahontas the next day. Yeah.
Right. It's just polar opposite stuff. If I could spell Sacagawea, I would.
Yeah.
Probably look for it in Porn Hub, but I can't. So, no, but just like the last one that got you there. Opposed to, your favorite, because that just seems like, what's your favorite porn category?
Well, here's the only reason. I mean, I'm fine with it, but the only reason I like the favorite part is because, like, that's what you're really into. Because it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like your fetish or your. It's one of those things that, like, I don't want anybody to know that this is what I'm into.
Okay. I guess I bring that up because it is, for me personally, it's a little more fluid. Like it changes. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and you're like, I can't believe I did that.
If you
It's not
want
my favorite.
if you want to go with that, I'm fine with it. As
Okay.
long as it's got to be something you're embarrassed by, though, a little bit. That
Really?
you don't not like I don't want people to know that.
See, I think that's where it comes in, the last one that you actually came to. Opposed, because your favorite, you just be like, yeah, well, duh, simple sex.
Yeah, like I was just looking up doggy style, and then I was actually looking for like real dogs
Yeah.
by the end of it.
Anima grandma. That's everyone's favorite.
Right, bestiality with a like German Shepherd and a grandma.
An old German Shepherd.
Yeah, grandma old.
It's got to be an old German Shepherd. Like
I mean, come on. Who's not favorite porn
his back
category?
legs just shaking because
Hip dysplasia.
Can we do something besides doggy style? You are a dog. No.
You only get one style.
It's your style. You invented it.
It's so weird. You see so many other animals doing that style. I see bears doing doggy.
Okay.
You don't call it bear style. Bareback.
There you go. That's something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess we have to take ourselves, considering we all, for the most part, work for ourselves.
I kind of consider you two my bosses while I'm here, so
Yeah.
am I
would
having
say-
sex dreams about you two?
I'm trying to put
But
myself
you
in
literally
a,
get to do whatever you want.
I know.
you got to think of yourself as a person that gets going to a job, and we all worked at like regular jobs
Yeah.
at one point, and we all know what that would be like.
Okay. So I think putting yourself in that traditional workplace, corporate ladder, there's a boss, and then there's
Your managers,
and then people underneath it, and that's the team.
yeah, maybe some people you manage also.
So, I mean, in my situation, and this is not going to be uncommon, if I jump back to Radioland, I'm having sex with GA. Like, I'm having a vivid dream about fucking a good friend of mine named Gary.
Gary!
And then I have to sit down with a bunch of other dudes, because radio's a pretty dude-dominated industry, and tell them how I fucked Gary.
Gary!
Or he fucked me. I mean,
How you dreamt about fucking Gary.
in complete detail. But so it says walk around work all day. It's one day of the porn category above your head.
Again, like if you're walking around with a bunch of dudes, that's not a big deal. But if you're working in a place where there are like women working there and all sorts of different ages and types and everything, you know, like when you go into, let's say you worked at like Facebook or something, or like a tech place where you're just like, there's so many people working in your office or whatever it is. Like, that's what I'm visualizing. Not like a construction workers where you're walking around and the dudes are like, oh yeah, I'm into that too. It's like, you got to be embarrassed by, there's got to be some.
The service industry would be really funny, or like retail. Like you're looking at some shirts and someone's like, can I help you find something? You turn around and it just says she-male gangbang.
Yeah, fuck tits, complex.
Giant Prego MILF tits, she-male fist.
Yeah, that looks good on you. We also have that in a size 7. and she's
above
just
your head,
like,
it's just like double fist. Double fisting anal baby.
It changes whatever you're thinking
babes.
about. Hot babes. And she's just like, I don't.
Is there anyone else here who can help me? Nope. I'm your man.
Just me.
Just me.
Just me, old simple sex tits.
Just me, Joey Simple Sex tits fuck. Prego Pilgrim.
Just walking up to someone, because they're over there, you walk up and be like, hi, is there anything I could, are you interested in anything?
Before they even hear you or see you, like things just start getting brighter. Like, because there's a neon sign above your head.
You hear the little buzz of a neon sign.
You just turn your head. MILF tits. Milking grandpa.
A guy or a mom with her teenage, like preteen daughter shopping for her.
Can you put something over your neon sign?
You put over your shirt, it's showing through, just zzz.
Catches on fire.
Fucking ebony fat ass titty fuck.
Yeah. Cream pie. Late cream pie, no pullout. Safe sex.
Threesome pregnant orgy fuck.
Yeah, you get it. Delivery room anal gangbang. But anyway, so going back to that, it's just one day and you just have it on your forehead and you walk around and you're going to be a little embarrassed, but it's the same people, right? So it's either you have a sign on your head and you walk around with the sign, or you're sitting down with the same people that would see the sign because you're at work, and you have to tell them about a vivid sex dream that you
got to
had with your
remember,
boss.
though, these people, you go home, you come back to work the next day.
I know.
It's not like people forgot.
I think they'd forget more about the sign than a vivid sex dream in a company meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you could never recover from that. They're going around. It's just like no one's even talking about it. It's a normal meeting. Like, yep, no, of course, I got those reports. I also finished up uploading the new catalog to the website, so that's ready to go for next week. All right, thank you so much, Steve. Joe, anything you'd be like, before we get to that, let's talk more about that waxed ass you had last night. And there's, what? Your whole team just like...
Your taint was looking
pauses,
fresh. Yeah.
You stand up.
With a presentation. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. It's just like shitty drawn pictures of you fucking your boss.
This is what I did. What is like anybody? What did you do last night? Oh, did you do any research on the project?
Did you watch
do
the game?
Night?
Yeah.
No, I was fucking.
I was
Janet
balls deep in Janet while her husband watched.
And she loved it.
She loved it. You loved it too. You were there.
You were there.
He's pointing at Scott. He's like, fucking. So I'm going with the sign. I'm going with the porn category. That's a self shame. People will move on. You can good behavior yourself out of that.
As soon as you start including specific details about real people in the room, that changes. Yeah. I envision like you're sitting in the meeting with that, and it's like everyone's talking, but you can't not hear that buzzing. And I know this wouldn't happen, but I wanted to picture like bugs, like a bug zapper. So you're in there, it's like pop. Like the sound of a bug being zapped by a zapper. She's like, all right, what we need to do is we need to make sure the emails are getting out on time because zap. And everyone's just looking over your ear and you're just like, Can you guys hit the lights of a... We're going to turn on the projector. I think it's turn it off. You're sitting in the back row with fucking just cum cheeks. Cum-covered butt cheeks glowing above your head. Dripping pumped pussy. Anal fisting fuck twin ass flappy
simultaneous twin cum fucker. Just can you turn your head off?
Does
please?
That dim or anything? Because that is ridiculous.
Don't worry. Should have done this presentation tomorrow.
God.
I'm going with that. I'm going with the sign.
Let me take this meeting outside.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's it. That's what I'm picking. Zach?
Sign.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if I would be able to deliver the news in a funny or in a way that's like entertaining and people don't take it so serious. Because if you're just sitting there and every time someone goes to you like, "What do you think, Johnson?" and everyone looks at you and you're just like, "I think it's a good plan." And you're like, people are trying to listen to you talk, and it just like titty fuck anal.
Yeah, you have to excuse yourself from the meeting. Yeah.
Can we do this outside, please? This is ridiculous.
Your meeting with HR is not going to go well.
I think it depends on how well I knew the boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's your first day of work. You just got hired.
Start looking for a new job.
Shit.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Your face looked better covered by cum last night, though. What? Yeah, I'm picking sign.
Did you pick, Zach?
Yeah, you picked sign.
Yeah, sign.
I'm gonna go with story. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna hope I can
do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna hope I can deliver it in a way that I can soften the blow.
Going in and out of
you can do it.
Soften the blow job
that I received from my boss last night.
All right, moving off to what are you thinking about, Zach? Push it.
Hey, what's up, babe?
What are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Hi. So about a month ago, we opened a show and we started saying something. And then just today before recording, we realized that I never actually shared the story on the show of why we were saying this particular thing. And so today's the day.
Yeah, we
started doing it.
It's a weird thing to hear and not know any context.
Okay.
So
here we go. This was, I don't know, around the same time. So I think it just happened maybe the night before we recorded this particular episode. We started saying this. It was the second time I believe that it happened. Maybe, let's just get into it. So up by where the Can You Don't studio is in beautiful Spokane, Washington, there's a convenience store just down the way. And it's got everything you want.
It's convenient.
Things that, and it's one of those where there's too much stuff in there. And some of it probably shouldn't be legal. And it has a giant glowing sign on the outside. I mean, you know these gas stations.
It says titty fuck on it.
Yeah. You know these convenience stores where they just go all out. We're talking the one that, like, they sell all the bongs somehow. I mean, we're in Washington, so I guess whatever at this point. But you remember back in the day, you're like, how are you guys selling this shit?
Bandanas with skulls.
How is a cop car?
Pipes.
Yeah, how is a cop car not literally in the parking lot every second of every day? But they have all of that. They have like the Kratom, unlimited supply, bulk Kratom, and they have a sign for unique knives, like all this shit. They have it all in there. And inside of this store, They also sell, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. If you're into this thing, then maybe you have. But this also inspired a lot of where my brain was at on this particular episode because we were talking about whippets. Nitrous oxide. Okay. So in this convenience store, they have just canisters of nitrous oxide, which I didn't know you could legally just sell to people. I'd never seeked it out. I didn't, whatever. They do, and they have different brands. And I think it was maybe this summer, I was buying something at this particular convenience store, and somebody in front of me, I didn't know what they were buying, but then all of a sudden the guy behind the counter was grabbing balloons. And then I kind of peeked around the corner, and it said like sky dust on this giant canister, and he was getting some giant balloons. And I was like, fuck, this is a sick party. But I still didn't know. I was like, is that just fucking helium? So it was my turn to get up there. I asked the guy, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck was he buying? He goes, nitrous oxide. And I was like, oh. And he goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And I was like, the balloons? He goes, yeah, you fill them up and then you can suck them out of the balloon instead of just taking it like a whippet. And then you have like a measurement depending on how big your balloon is. So you know how much nitrous oxide.
So you're regulating your nitrous.
Yeah, it's like
smart.
Like weed. If you just smoked all the loose weed, you know, that you roll it in a joint.
Right.
Or you put it, so you know how much weed you're smoking.
Right.
Makes
Smart.
sense. Okay. So that's the measuring system for nitrous oxide. Learn something new every day. And then we fast forward
It's
months.
like if you make a crown, that's like a certain amount of height, like a dog. Like that's your...
You suck one handle of the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're like, that's a good little high.
Yeah. So anyway, fast forward to about a month ago or so. Cassie and I are out and about, and I think I stopped. I was picking up some Zyn probably. And we go in there together. And as we're walking by the front door, the nitrous oxide containers are right there on a shelf, like right by the bongs and pipes and like dolphin glass that you don't smoke out of, but they're available too. You know the convenience store.
There's for looks.
They're just there, yeah. The decorative things next to the nitrous oxide containers. And all I do is we walk in together, Cassie and I just point at him. And I was like, see? Because I told her about the guy getting the balloons. And I just point at him.
I was lying.
Yeah, I was like, see? They fucking sell them. And I just point at him. And down the entire aisle of this convenience store where the front counter is, this guy peeks his head around. And he goes, you looking to get some? And I was like, no, like super loud. And I'm still standing there. Now he comes around the counter and he's walking at me. And this is exactly what it sounded like. Probably 120 decibels louder for everybody in the store to hear. He just goes, you want to get high? Like, as loud as he can. And everyone's getting Chex Mix and beer and whatever the hell they're getting. They got kind of like popped their head around over the top of and they look over and I'm like, no. And he says it again. He goes, you want to get high? And I'm like, no, I was just pointing them out. And he goes, okay. He just keeps looking at me. And at this point, Cassie just leaves me. She leaves the embarrassment,
She
walks
knows
away.
what's going to happen.
Much like you and your doodle board.
Right.
Like your wife was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this. And she just moved on. So Cass, she abandoned me and she moved off. So I'm standing here with this guy and I was like, no, like I'm not interested. And he goes, it doesn't show up in your blood. Which is like the next level. Like after getting high, then you have to be worried about if you're going to get in trouble or not, like by a parole officer. Sure. Whatever. He goes, it doesn't show up in your blood. No one know. No one. I was like, no, I got it. Like I got it. And he goes, yeah, get high. And he kept doing the high. And I was like, nope, all fine. So he leaves me alone. We get what we need and we go up to the counter. And Cassie's going to pay for it because she's nice like that. And so we have all the things and Cassie's standing there. She has her card at the little card reader situation. He's on the other side of the counter and gets done scanning everything and does this to me. He looks at me and goes,
you forget something?
He looks over the shoulder of Cassie and I'm standing behind her and looks at me and goes like I'm trying to sneak a canister of nitrous oxide.
Well, wait till she leave and then
he goes, doesn't show up in your blood. No detection. He did say that too. Go, no detection. And I'm like, no. I laugh and Cassie's like, what the fuck? Like now she's probably kind of thinking, do you come here and get nitrous oxide?
Yeah.
This guy seems to really know you want some nitrous oxide. So that experience happened. We left. Cassie and I go on with our lives. And then it was like a week later, just because of the location of the store, go back in there and walk by, and it's a different person behind the counter. And as soon as we walk in, of course, like we're kind of laughing and like we look down at it and, you know, just kind of playing through the same moment, look down at it, and the guy behind the counter sees me again. But it's a different guy.
Okay.
And he just like has a big smile on his face. And I'm like, no fucking way. I was like, oh my God.
Why do they want to sell that shit so
I have
bad?
no idea. But he didn't yell, you want to get high? But he waited for us to come up to the counter with our things that we needed. And from behind the counter, he pulls up a nitrous oxide container and slams it on the counter. And he's like, you guys want one? And we're like, God, what the fuck is going on here?
Apparently there's a whole underworld.
Yeah. I had no idea. And he's sitting there and he looks like he's on
like
some
he's
kind of
on
drug.
He just took a hit.
And Cassie goes, you doing it? And he goes, nope. He goes, too many cameras. And then takes it back down and had a whole talk. And it was, I mean, he just kept talking and talking. I'm not sure if nitrous oxide, and he had it like in a holder. I didn't know nitrous oxide, like it had like a, like a rubber, kind of like a rubber container that had a handle on it. So you can do some whippets on the go.
Yeah. You never know.
While you're running from the cops.
Accessorize.
Yeah, running away from a blood test. But I don't know. Yeah, it looked like a rugged outdoor battery kind of casing around his nitrous oxide container. I'm not sure if nitrous oxide makes you talk a bunch, but he talked a bunch, and we laughed about it, and we're like, dude, this is so wild. But then the next time we went in there, no one tried to sell us nitrous oxide. It was actually that same guy that had it in the container, and he was way less energized.
Oh. Did you acknowledge the containers when you walked in?
No, not this time.
Maybe that's why.
He looked hung the fuck over. Yeah. First time he was pumped to be at work. Second time he wished he wasn't even around anymore.
What? Where's the store?
It's right up there. It's right by the Garland Sandwich Shop. That one that's right there.
Okay.
You know it.
I'm going to pop in there.
Yeah, take a look at the canisters. Walk in, straight down to your left. Right there, baby. And I hope you get the same.
I've gone in. I used to go, I'd get my sandwich and then I'd go over there and get a pop.
Get a sandwich, watch someone poop on a wall, go over there, get a pop.
Yeah. It's all part of the little
Spokane.
Yeah, it's a Spokane tour.
Holy trinity of Spokane tours. That sums up like people that there's a gorgeous side to Spokane. It's very outdoorsy. It's very green. You can ski. You can do all this. You can fish. You can hunt. You can do all this kind of stuff. But then there are people like, oh, dude, you live in Spokane? That's like...
How'd that happen?
That's what there are people that think that's what Spokane is, just that.
Well, our stories don't help, but...
No, they don't. But they're like, there are pockets of this town that are like really nice.
Really cool.
And then there are large pockets that are like, that's what goes on. That's all that goes on is that
and there's
shit.
Bigger pockets that make those other pockets look nice.
I drive through downtown to get here every time we do this.
Yeah.
And it is sad to go through and
it's
see
getting really bad.
the zombie kind of
It's Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it's bad.
You gotta
every single bridge is just sad.
I know, you gotta strap a stick to some of the people. Keep them from falling over.
Yeah,
doing the bend.
Yeah,
the stop sign bend, or the bus stop bend. Just
that's fentanyl, isn't it?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
The fentanyl lean or the kibbles and bits.
You can almost smell it, but I don't think there's a smell to fentanyl. But there's kind of like a vibe when you're driving through there. You can almost smell it.
It just makes you want to touch your toes so bad.
Limber. They are limber.
They are
I'll
limber.
Give them that.
So anyway, that's where the want to get high thing that we were yelling.
Want to get high?
And just wouldn't stop. Doesn't show up on your blood. No detection. No detection. I was like, no, stop yelling it. I just looked at it.
Like, I feel like they're trying to push that. So the whole convenience store is like, it's the only thing they say it's like a front for nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Yeah, everything else is just covering the nitrous oxide explosion.
It's the only thing with a good profit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the margins are so low. They're like, oh, we could really...
I know, I just hit my microphone too.
We really ramp this up.
All right, let's move off to some dick.
That's fun.
I'm excited to see what you got. Dick it! Whip it!
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick.
All right. What do you have, Brian? You found this stuff.
So, I want to preface this by saying...
you can't read.
I realize, that payphones and things like that aren't relevant anymore and you don't use them. Everyone's got a cell phone. Payphones are just there for basically looks now. But
Nostalgia.
when I read this, and it's actually kind of cool what they do, but I also want to kind of visualize a world where we still need payphones.
Okay.
But this exists.
Okay.
If that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. An old Maryland phone box turned into a work of art connecting people to nature.
Okay. I love art. Love weirdness. Let's do it.
And nature.
Fuck nature.
In Tacoma Park, Maryland, an old phone box has been transformed into an art piece that visitors can use to dial up bird song.
Okay. What does this little play button do? Does it play? Is this dialogue? The article? Let's see what happens. I'm pushing.
well,
What do you do
oh,
with
here we
your
go.
Payphone now that payphones are getting phased out?
now you don't even have to
Jesus
read.
Christ.
Park, Maryland gave one over to the birds.
Okay, so here's the phone.
All right.
Pick up the handset.
Wait, is that you or me
Canary
who's running
yellow.
that?
Me. You want me to pause
That's
it?
what you hear.
Welcome to Bird Calls, featuring the sounds of birds who make their homes here in Tacoma Park.
NPR contributor David Schulman is a musician and audio producer in
Here's
Tacoma
Russian
Park.
Shimmer.
And when the town asked for ideas in 2016, they chose his.
I'm familiar with
Cheers.
the recordings that the Cornell Lab of Ornithology has through the Macaulay Library. All these great recordings of birds. And I've always loved payphones, and somehow it just seemed like it would be great to have a phone where you could hit a button and you could hear the sounds of the local birds.
I'll pause it.
So
What's that?
Wouldn't it be?
Wouldn't it
I
be
know,
great?
right? So it's,
You know what I've always wanted? One of those things. Oh my God, this gave me PTSD. Those bird clocks
Oh yeah.
that everyone had. Oh my God. We had one. I think my dad threw it out in the lawn.
I was like, that's one too many cuckoos.
God.
I'm over the fucking cuckoo.
Must be 3 o'clock. There's a
He flew over the cuckoo's nest.
cheeseburger. Cheeseburger.
I just I know how much we love birds. This one kind of has it all.
Oh yeah.
So they converted this payphone into so hold on, if I go back to the spot where
Well, I'm just
so the guy if you press it, I think it's button 9, the automated voice, and it's number 1. It's called night herons.
Okay.
You hear a night heron. So this is the way you could connect with that. Maybe somebody would pick up the phone who had no idea about these birds, and they might be walking on the creek a few days later, and they might hear it and think, huh, there's that night heron. That's that night heron that I heard in the payphone. And I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't pushed that payphone button.
Tell me you're a nerd without telling me you're a nerd.
I know. Number 2,
Love this guy.
Bird calls migratory assistants. Can I help you? Yes. How's the weather? So this is like, it treats
A
you like
conversation, yeah.
you're the bird.
Okay.
So it says, he sees automated voice, 411, bird calls, migratory assistants. Can I help you? Yes. How's the weather on my migration route? State your destination, please. The equator. Can you repeat that? Yes, the equator. Can you repeat that again? Maybe do a pretty little trill on the end? Yes, equator. So then you have to imitate the noise.
Is marijuana legal in this town? 'Cause it feels like marijuana is legal here.
This feels like acid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or a little mushroomy.
Yeah, dairy.
And then the
Is
voice
this Portland?
The voice goes, okay, got it. I wouldn't worry. Your route doesn't look too bad as the crow flies.
Oh my God.
What a crow median. Then it says.
And then the phone booth blows up.
Soundbite of handset being replaced. But they showed the list of all the birds that you can do. You can do the wood duck, the red-tailed hawk, the belted kingfisher, and the wooden thrush, which we know all too well.
Yeah.
But not the BJ Liederman, who
Why
does
not?
our theme music.
Oh, got it.
It would be great to do another bird call box with some of the extraordinary birds in other places like Coeurs, and some that will be just blow your mind. That did it for me. It was like these. We're gonna do another one. If you can hear these birds, it's gonna blow your fucking mind. You're not gonna believe it.
Like, listen, I'm late for work. Get back in your phone booth, nerd.
You like the sound? You hear the sound of that, you'll think, what planet? And you're like, this planet.
I mean, I love passion. Always. I mean, I always support passion about weird ass stuff. And when someone is just that much into something, you're just like, dude, what the fuck?
They're birders, man.
I know. But this guy was an artist, and there was a phone booth, and he goes, I want people to listen to these birds. It's going to change their life.
So, so that in itself, I think is funny. But I was trying to think about like what it would be like. Let's say we still needed payphones.
Okay.
So let's say a scenario like a guy gets attacked, maybe he's stabbed or shot or
by
whatever.
a bird.
Yes, the bird
Bald
fall
eagle.
out of a tree, fucking punctures its aorta.
Pecked his eyes
And
out.
you're like, you don't have a cell phone. You're like trying. I need to call an ambulance. You're like trying to get wherever. You're like, oh fuck, a payphone. You get over this fucking crawling over this payphone. You're pulling yourself up. You grab the phone. You're like, your bloody hands are like
9,
1,
2.
Fuck. You give it. It's like.
Welcome to Bird Calls.
Instead of hearing 911, what's your emergency? You hear that.
This is the blue-footed booby.
Help me! Please help!
Press 9 to hear that again.
I'm dying!
Dude's bleeding out.
No. Operator.
I'm dead.
Would you like to hear the blue titty fucker?
Yeah.
The penis wrangler?
Penis wrangler? The call of the penis wrangler. Okay.
The blue-titted BJ bird.
Notice the difference between the pussy titter and the titty pusser? There's a slight...
The titty pussy's more wet.
The call's way more wet.
Way more wet. He loves it in the water. What?
But
click.
But imagine, then die.
And then die.
But so they painted it all canary yellow and all this kind of stuff to add a little bit more to it. So I love the idea of the art aspect of it. But so it's got that, which is cool. But then it's just got the sheer nerd aspect of it that it's just like, it's so specific.
Yeah. I know you just read it, but I feel like I have to hear.
Oh, you want to
more.
hear the story?
I want to hear more of them.
Okay.
Because he's cracking me up.
Yeah.
How much he's into this
Bird
shit.
Sound Free Jukebox has been a hit.
Not this guy.
Recently featured in the Washington Post.
Washington
Give it a
Post.
whirl. No quarters necessary.
If you press, I think it's this button 9.
You think,
Night herons.
You hear a night heron.
Oh.
And so this is a way that you could connect with that, and maybe somebody would pick up the phone who had no idea about these birds, and they might be walking on the creek a few days later, and they might hear that and think, "Hey, that's the night heron."
You can also dial
Well,
up
I'll
the
be-
wood duck, red-tailed hawk, the belted kingfisher, and the wood thrush. Not B.J. Lederman, who does our theme music. David Shulman has expanded his thinking beyond Tacoma Park.
It would be great to do another bird calls box with some of the extraordinary birds in other places, like.
But this first one is so
Kuas
not
and
popular.
Some of those will just blow your mind. You hear the sound of that, you'll think, "What planet?" And you're like, "This planet."
He sees people of all ages using the phone, neighborhood children, adults at the bus stop.
Oh, I give it 2 weeks, that thing's on fire.
Or ripped out of the ground or something.
Yeah.
In some frat house somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Totally.
Gotta hear this fucking BC titty bird, bro.
Yeah, dude. Bunch of hammered dudes rolling up. Oh, you fucking listen to this.
I know we've covered it on the show before, but I do love a good, good funny phone number. We've talked about Call & Oates, where you have like Hall & Oates whenever you want it. You just give them a call and you can pick which song you want to hear. Haven't done that in a while. Whenever it gets around spooky season, my kids are all about like calling those weird numbers, and then it plays like some spooky thing off an answering machine to get you all hyped up.
You never know when you. I mean, you'd stumble upon something like this.
1-900-BIRD sex.
Bird sex.
That is why they're making those noises. They're like, "Fuck me, let's fuck."
That's all they want to do.
Just mating.
Yeah. Fuck me. No, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Fuck me. No, fuck him. Fuck me.
Yeah. The first noise you hear is fuck him. Fuck me. First noise, second noise.
Fuck all of you. Fuck me.
A bigger pecker.
Bigger pecker. Bigger pecker.
Bigger pecker. Well, that's fun. Good job. I'm glad you love birds that much, but I guess I would swing by that bird thing one time.
Yeah.
Just to be like, look at this, huh?
I feel like after the second one, you'd be like, that's enough.
As soon as it wasn't, I pick it up, be like, bird call, click.
I know that I'm a geek about certain things. Like when I try to tell my wife about, check out this drum roll in this song, it's like, and then it's like the second time around. But this time he went, he changed it up a little bit, and she's like, I don't give a shit.
Let's walk to the canary box.
I don't like what you like.
Right. It's the same because it's so like whenever you like something so much, you notice everything about it and you don't realize that it's stupid and goofy. But if it's sports or music or it's whatever, it seems like it's okay. It's like, it's cool to know every stat about the second baseman in the fucking 1976 Reds. You're cool. But if you do that with birds, you're a fucking geek.
Just from the outside looking in. Plenty of people think he's the coolest person that's ever been.
Yeah. The birders, they have him high up on the pedestal.
Yeah, they added this phone booth bird box to their bucket list. So there's that. All right, well, should we move off to our next... off to our next dick?
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
Is anybody here allergic to foods or?
No. I'm not allergic to thing.
Oh, shit.
What?
Hold on.
What happened? What'd you do?
Talk for a second.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
What do we got the setup. I'm guessing, based off the setup, that we're going to be
Here we go.
learning about food allergies of some sort.
The link that I had was the wrong link.
Classic.
So, okay, diagnostic dilemma. A woman's nut allergy was triggered after sex.
Oh, nice.
What's your first thought when you hear that headline?
Exactly.
Dirty balls.
Dirty nuts. No, I picture cum nut.
Yeah.
She's allergic to cum.
He dropped the nut. I nutted all over that bitch and she fucking died.
Yeah.
That's
how powerful my nut is.
That's like just a guy thinking look how powerful I am. I came all over her titties and she fucking died.
Yeah. Next. All right, go. What do we got?
A woman with a known nut allergy had a severe allergic reaction after sex, even though her partner bathed and brushed his teeth first. Here's why.
My goodness.
Can you imagine having to go to all that work?
My first thought, I'm going to let you read. I got plenty of red flags.
A patient, 20-year-old woman in the United Kingdom. The symptoms, the patient had unprotected vaginal sex with her habitual male partner. And shortly afterward, her vulva and vagina began itching and swelling. Ooh. She developed angioedema, swelling of the tissue below the surface of the skin, and hives appeared across her body. She also felt faint and shortness of breath. My wife feels like that every time.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe she has a nut allergy.
Craziest 30 seconds.
She can't even get up and walk.
Why are you so tired? It's only 20 seconds.
There's 20 seconds of her left, though, brother. Her legs are shaking. What happened next? The woman visited a hospital and was given 10 milligrams of cetrizine, an oral antihistamine that typically used to treat hives and allergies. She was already aware that she was severely allergic to Brazil nuts and type of tree nut, and it was unclear what triggered her allergic reaction in this instance.
Okay, I'm looking forward to learning more.
She noted that her partner had eaten Brazil nuts about 2 to 3 hours before they had sex, but he had taken a bath thoroughly, cleaned his teeth and fingernails prior to intercourse.
That's the worst foreplay.
Isn't it?
That's
I'll be in a second.
But also, like, you're in a relationship with someone who has a crazy, extreme allergy
It'll be fine. I'll clean.
To Brazil nuts. And then what? You just fucking love them?
Oh, they're Brazil nuts?
What'd you say?
I was calling them Brazil nuts.
Oh, Brazil nuts. Sorry, I just didn't hear what you said.
Okay.
There's so many nuts out there. You fucking fooled me. Fooled me once.
These nuts.
So the Brazil nuts, and then he's just eating them? But she could die?
Yeah.
It just seems like you guys, that doesn't work out.
Maybe he didn't think that they were going to be plowing.
Oh, he's like, dude, I fucked up big. I forgot her present on Christmas. There's no way I'm having sex. I'm going to enjoy these.
I'm just going to eat these nuts
Brazil
instead.
Nuts. There's no way I'm getting even a kiss.
No.
You know what? She's like, yeah, but in the bathroom, like trying to get excited and stay hard while you're flossing ground up Brazil nuts out of your teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just in there.
Hope you're ready.
Yeah, yeah. I hope you're getting wet.
Once I get this number 14 right behind this molar.
Hang on, there's a chunk stuck
right in the back. No, keep going. I'm coming. I'll be in there.
Well, I'm not coming. I will be, but
yeah.
Get it all.
Too much. Okay, so that seems like that relationship shouldn't be happening when one person could die and the other person doesn't care and just keeps eating the nuts.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Due to the partner's partner, fuck.
It's okay.
Due to patient's medical history, doctors at the hospital suspected that vaginal sex introduced allergy-triggering proteins from Brazil nuts into the woman's body by way of her partner's semen. So they are not...
that is
unprotected sex.
Can't brush semen.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can. I just never have. But I'm sure you can brush semen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to come through a
filter.
A filter.
A coffee filter.
Just come through a calendar or a colander.
Yeah.
A calendar.
It's February.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Right on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Where's that new calendar your mom sent? I'm going to come through it.
Dogs and fucking...
Nobody have a calendar. And he's like,
yeah.
You just strain your Brazil nut cum. What a nightmare. You guys shouldn't be together.
I know.
This is bad news all around. If what you eat can cause that severe, that's a crazy nut allergy.
Yeah.
I've never met, I don't think, in my life. I mean, maybe things that didn't come up in top, but I'm not friends or close with anyone that has that crazy of a nut allergy. Like your throat could swell up. Like I have one of those in my life, but I don't have someone that just some semen could fuck your day up.
Yeah, you think you got all the nut out.
Yeah.
But I guess there's just no escaping it.
That conversation on the way to the hospital. Did you even brush your balls? Did you come through the calendar?
Did you brush or scrub them?
The same thing I always do. I use the right lotions. I use nut-free shampoo.
You didn't get the nut out of your nut.
I wasn't even thinking about nuts. I was being safe. You were thinking about nuts, weren't you? No. Pistachios, peanuts, none of them.
All the nuts.
I wasn't even thinking about. The only nut I was thinking about was the one I was going to put inside you. I love you. I'm sorry about your swollen vagina.
Oh.
Take a left up here, Uber.
He's like, maybe he was trying to tighten up her vagina.
That could have been it. All right, so is that where do we go?
Let's see. They conducted skin prick tests. Hey, what do you call me? On the patient after using different semen samples from her partner that involve exposing small regions of skin to each sample. Imagine sitting in that room. All right, jizz in that real quick. He's like, all right. And they're like taking it out and like,
shit, I dropped it. Can you come more? You're just standing there with your dick out. Your wife's on a hospital bed, like broken out in hives. And the doctor's like, come on. Yeah, I dropped it. Come again. That one's contaminated. And you're just like, God.
Oh, sorry, I made a mistake.
Oh, we all make mistakes.
Never made a mistake.
Dude, spoiler, doctors drop stuff too. Now come. And you're just like, God damn it.
All right, that'll work. And then just dabbing it on her skin.
All right, put your arm out. Like,
Let me see your elbow.
Yep, it's the cum. Yeah, we know. I know.
Just wanted to see him.
I just want to put some dabs of cum on your skin. All right, see you guys later.
For one test, the doctors used a sample taken when the man had not recently eaten nuts. The other... God, how long did this fucking take? The other test used a sample collected about 2.5 hours after he ate the Brazil nuts. In the latter test, 0.28 inch long
penis, just kidding,
welt appeared on the woman's skin that suggested that Brazil nut allergens were they were the culprit. A severe post-coital enough with the science words.
Enough with the words.
Enough with the fucking. Just say they were fucking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need post-coital.
Get out of here.
God. I realize it's science fucking.
Just say the awkward part.
Yeah.
You don't have to say post-coital.
We're all in it. The treatment. Within 45 minutes after she took the cetrazine, the woman's symptoms began to improve. She felt tired the next day, but did not have any hives or feel dizzy. Nor did she have trouble breathing. The doctors instructed her to keep antihistamines and the adrenaline pin, otherwise known as an EpiPen, close by and suggested that in the future she should abstain from sexual intimacy with her partner if he had recently eaten Brazil nuts.
Had to go to the hospital for that, huh? Yeah, I'm still saying that is either he has to stop eating nuts altogether if that relationship's going to work. But you can't just be sneaking off eating Brazil nuts. and then just fucking coming. God,
dude, that's like having HIV and then not telling her.
Yeah, and it's. Did you have any AIDS in the kitchen? Were you eating AIDS today? No, I fucking don't even like AIDS.
Why would I do that?
Why would I do that? Because
weird.
I know how much you love AIDS.
I do love AIDS, but not this time.
Not this time, I promise. AIDS. But the situation of her being super allergic to it and then come, and it also said they've been in a relationship for a long time. So how has this not happened?
Maybe he recently got into Brazil.
Oh, he got some like in a gift basket from work.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah, he's got a little Christmas gift basket, and he's like, "Oh, this kid. What's the worst that could happen? He's gonna eat these nuts."
Because they're from Brazil. Everything's better over there.
Down there. All right. Well, glad that wasn't us. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I don't date people with severe nut allergies.
We have a picky eater at home, and his kindergarten class, you couldn't make anything of nuts. And one of the few things that he would eat was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And it was so obviously we had to work around. But I remember just that defeated feeling when we found that out. We're like, fuck,
nothing.
Or like Ritz peanut butter crackers, just only one of like 5 things he would eat. And it was like, that takes 2 of them out. 2 of the food groups. Fucking things out that he'll eat. What are we supposed to do? So we ended up getting some honey.
So he's dead.
Honey butter. I think it was like honey
almond butter,
honey butter or something like that.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
But he knew the difference.
Yeah.
So it's like he's like, no,
throwing it out. He's like, fuck this. Okay, well, let's move off to some petty beef. Okay. I'm curious what we're beefing about this week.
What are we beefing?
Yeah, Zachy Poo.
Silence in the court.
You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is petty beef.
So this is petty as hell.
Perfect.
But I think we can all relate to it. If you've ever had roommates, not like a spousal roommate, or it's like just a roommate in general, or if you've ever been a third wheel in a relationship or in a house.
Threesome sex.
This is from our third wheel son, Caleb.
Actually, right, Caleb, let's hear it.
Hi, daddies and best uncle in the world.
Aww.
Usually you leave these anonymous, but they never listen, so dealer's choice. So
wait, what?
The people that he lives with don't listen, so
gotcha.
Fuck them.
Got it.
Guess I could have left it anonymous.
Whatever. We don't usually leave petty beef anonymous.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. That's confessions.
They're annoying anyway, sounds like.
Here we go.
I live with a couple who are some of my closest friends. I spend 85% of the year traveling for work, so I'm not home. The last couple of trips, I've been home and have been a little tense.
Okay.
The woman in the couple, let's call her Lily.
So I'm guessing that's her name. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. Has started giving me the cold shoulder on occasion because I don't do household chores.
Yeah.
Now I pay a monthly rent, and most months I'm not even home. When I come home for a weekend or maybe a full week.
Okay.
This is basically my vacation time, and I don't feel like I should have a honey-do list of chores as a grown man, not part of the relationship. What do you think?
All right. I mean, I definitely see it. Also, to Caleb's side, being gone and like you get back home and the trash just stacked up and you've been gone for 2 months. You're like, that's your job. Like, I haven't fucking been here. Okay. So
I gotta stop doing that.
Stop cleaning. Sounds like the fucking bird phone booth. So I get that.
That was my first thought.
That's weird to have chores if you're not there. It'd be like you have kids and they finally went off to college. They come home for Christmas. And then you're like, oh shit, all our laundries. You usually do the laundry, so yeah, I mean you haven't been here for 6 months, so now you gotta go do the laundry. You're not there, so you're not part of the household chore thing. But when you are home,
clean up your mess.
Yeah, clean up your shit. Do your stuff. I am curious, he did not include it in this email of what exactly he's being asked to do.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that too.
If it is super like basic shit, like just clean up your shit. Don't leave stuff all over the place. Put some clothes on if you sit on the couch in the living room. He's like, it's my vacation. I'm getting my dick out when I watch sports. Okay.
I pay rent. I should be able to get my dick out
wherever I want. Caleb, when you come home for your vacation, please keep your dick and balls.
Your dick out.
Just don't put your dick and balls in the coffee.
That's really all we ask. I mean, that's the thing. Maybe
I'm sick of finding pubes in the Keurig.
I would like more information because I'd like to know that too. Because if he's coming home and he says it's kind of like my vacation, if he's coming home and he's just leaving his shit everywhere, and the people that are living there every single day are like, don't come home and leave your shit all over the place. That seems reasonable for them to say that because it's maybe it's your vacation, but we live here.
Yeah, or before he left, he just left a complete fucking disaster. Yeah. And so they just left it and they're like, dude, you can't do your laundry, clean your sinks, clean up your room, get your shit off the coffee table before you take off for a month. Please. Like if that's the honey-do list, then yeah, Caleb, you got to fucking clean up.
And then that's a you need to do list of your own shit. Yeah, but if you come home and you're like, okay, the lights, the bulbs are out, and all these things are like projects or stuff like that. When I think honey-do list, that's the thing I think about is like
paint. You get home from a work trip, put your stuff down. There's a note on the fridge that says, "Go paint the garage."
There's a roller. There's like all the stuff it's like Daniel LaRusso and Karate Kid when he shows up and
fence.
All the shit's there. Like what? I got to paint the fucking fence. Then that's a bit much.
Yeah,
but it's funny how people can get where
build a deck with
like, ah. Dude, I have an office job. I've never built anything in my life.
No.
Figure it out.
It's on your list. Build a deck, paint the garage.
If you, I feel it's weird, like, especially if they're young, like if there's two people in a relationship and then there's the friend, I feel like the people in the relationship, they're in their own little lives. They're in their own worlds. And all of a sudden you're intruding on their life, even though you've all agreed to live together. So it can get weird where he's thinking, oh, they want me to do all this shit. And they're like, he does all this shit. And I feel like you're not getting the full spectrum that's going on here. Yeah. So I think if it's a mess that he's making, he needs to clean it up because that's just reasonable. Like, yeah, you pay the rent, but you're also making the mess while you're there.
Yeah.
If you come home, you're clean, you clean up your shit, and then you leave, and then you left it how you found it, type of thing.
And they're just asking you to do shit.
Yeah.
Like making a list while you're gone of things they just want you to do when you get home. That's weird.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever been in a roommate situation where you lived with a couple?
I was part of a couple. Well,
you and a couple and then had a friend?
It didn't start out like that. We were all friends together, but there was always kind of something between me and her. And then we got together. And the friend was the odd person out, and I think he
like, oh, fuck.
It got kind of weird for him because he was like, wait, we're all friends, and if you guys are doing that, what if you break up and then we're not friends anymore? I think he was kind of worried about that kind of stuff.
In the morning, he's like, yeah, it's just crazy. I think we have ghosts or someone's knocking on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turns out you guys are just fucking all the time.
Because I didn't think you even had a door to the outside in your bedroom. What's going on in there? He's like super innocent.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I just took the door out. I put it in every night and then take it out in the morning. Oh, that explains the knocking. Do you want some toast?
God. It's like a guy that grew up going to like a Christian high school and got out for the first time and is living with people.
Wow, how about this? Zach, you ever been in that?
Yeah, I lived with actually two couples.
Really?
I was in a couple and there was another couple. It was like team versus team. It was blue versus red a lot of the time.
Double dare?
Yeah.
Taking the physical challenge?
Who's taking the cat box out? Not us.
How stinky can it get?
That's roommates, man. Like you get married or you're in a relationship, like you're still roommates, even though you love each other and you agreed to live with each other and you have children or whatever the situation is, like you're still roommates. And when it comes down to it, you're still living in their space, they're living in your space.
Sharing space.
Yeah.
You're doing each other a favor by saving each other money.
Right. So yeah, Caleb, if you're gone and you're coming back and they're just asking you to do weird shit because maybe they feel like you're getting maybe that's the angle. They feel like you're just getting a paradise. They have to do all this shit, take care of all this stuff, and you're just gone. Then you just show up and do nothing because that's your vacation from work. I can see where the hostility builds. Like you just show up and expect you to have all this time off so you don't do anything, which it kind of sounds like he's like, I'm not doing household chores. This is my vacation time. If that's the case, Caleb, you're wrong. When you get home, now you're part of the machine. You've got to do stuff. You got to clean up. You got to help. If they're just making a list and then you show up and immediately they're just asking you to do things they could have done when you were gone, then that is a little fucked up. But you can't just show up and do nothing just because you were working a bunch.
But what do you mean by nothing? What if he comes home?
Like doesn't do dishes, doesn't take the trash out, doesn't doesn't clean up after himself, doesn't, I don't know, dust.
But so here's another
Whatever the
thought.
fuck roommates do.
Here's another thought that I have. So let's say that they live there 365 days a year. They work in that town. They live in that house. When he comes home, let's say for this thing, he cleans up after himself, but it's his vacation, so he's just laying on the couch, and to them that he looks like a lazy guy
laying around.
But that's his time off. So like, shouldn't he be able to enjoy his time off?
But it's household chores and you're living with people.
But not if they're. I'm saying, like, what if he's cleaning up after himself, but he just lays around all the time?
Well, he says he doesn't do household chores, so he doesn't vacuum. He doesn't take the trash out, I'm guessing. Right. So he's just like, no, this is my spot. I'm gone. And I give them rent so they can do it all. It's like, I don't think that's...
If he's contributing to the trash and contributing to the mess, then Caleb, what's it going to hurt you to take the trash out? But if they're just... vacuum. Yeah, but if they're like giving you list of things to do that don't involve your immediate mess or whatever, then that's a little...
What if he paid him like $100 to not do any chores?
An extra $100?
Yeah.
$100, they just don't talk to me?
Yeah, and I'm not re-shingling the fucking roof.
Yeah, you get home, build a deck, paint the garage, re-shingle the roof.
I'm hoping Caleb hears this and he can fill us in more about what he means by that. Maybe we can revisit a little clarification.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some good news. Post Malone did something cool.
Yeah.
It fucking made me so jealous with his move.
Do it, Zach!
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah!
So we've mentioned many times on the Can You Don't podcast, which you can listen to anywhere, worldwide. That
World
Wide Web, www. Joe. That if we had a bunch of money, like the number one thing that I would love to just be able to give massive tips to people. I mean, I've done it. We've talked about the amounts of money. Nothing like this, but just for Post Malone to do this, goddamn good job, buddy. So Post Malone gives $20,000 tip to single mom working at a Houston bar. And I love the little quote right below there. It says, "He changed my life on Christmas fucking Eve. I will forever be grateful." The bartender named Rainey Brown shared.
Probably Renee.
This isn't Scientific American writing this article, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can say, fuck!
Yeah, you sure can. So he's from the state of Texas. He's back home. 29-year-old Grapevine, Texas native, real name Austin Post, went to the Rail Yard Bar in Houston on Christmas Eve, where he surprised the bartender with a $20,000 tip. Bartender, 36-year-old singer mom. Hello, Post Malone.
She just wanted to get her
Welcome
career.
to the Rail Yard. Sorry.
He's like, I'm tired. I just want to eat.
Renee Brown told the publication that she was struggling with the fact that she had to work and was away from her 9-year-old daughter on the holiday, not knowing that an unexpected Christmas miracle was on the way.
So she was schmoozing him, sounds like.
Going into work Christmas Eve, I was so sad I had to leave my baby girl to go to work. Obviously, that God would send me a Christmas miracle, she told the publication. This is hands down the most humble, personable celebrity I've had the pleasure of meeting. He changed my life on Christmas fucking Eve, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you so much, Austin.
See a lot of stories about him
doing stuff like this.
That. And or like taking the time to stop and just chat with a fan for however long. Not like that when you're trying to like get away, like, oh yeah. No, he's like genuinely in the conversation and like, yeah, man.
That meme.
It's like, let's play Pokemon together.
Yeah.
She also added, this put me in a position to at least be able to get away back and forth to work and pay up on rent and save a bit. I'm trying to save up and start a business so I don't have to continue working 2 jobs and be able to spend more time with my daughter. Things have been extremely difficult, and this was truly a blessing that I can't fully put into words. The visit alone was absolutely amazing and something I could talk about and remember for the rest of my life.
Somebody should tell her that starting a business doesn't give you more time.
No,
Gives you
it
way less time.
takes it more. But you're working for yourself.
Yes.
So
just start an OnlyFans. Say who you are, show a picture of yourself, and start an OnlyFans, and I guarantee you'll start making money.
Guarantee you Post Malone will sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Post. Mr. Austin.
Posty.
I know, made me a little jealous. I hope to get to a position sometime in life where you just leave $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 tip.
29.
Change someone's life. That's awesome.
He's 29 years old and he can just drop tips like that.
Good job. Deserves it. He's a hell of an artist.
He
All
is.
right, let's move off to the next thing. Zach!
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes! That's awesome! On our studio desk here, I just want to point out, look how drunk Sergeant Slaughter looks.
Yeah, he's hammered.
Looks hammered.
He's having a siesta.
Yeah, he's wearing a giant to him.
Yeah.
Big to you.
Teeny tiny.
Sombrero, yeah. Covering his whole head, and he's having a hard time sitting up. But he's pulling it off. Good for you. Okay, what do you have?
Okay, this was sent in sent by our son Chad.
Ooh, hi, Chad.
He said, this is Joe's next balloon ride.
Okay.
This thing is fucking intense, dude.
All right.
Let's cut that music. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
So this is a hot air balloon, looks like a decent sized crick rolling through the woods there. And so here we go.
What the fuck is happening? What? I mean, if you thought hot air balloons were dangerous.
Oh, check this out. This is just the runway.
So is it powered by a propeller? Yeah, it must be like a...
Dude, listen to that thing. Oh, it's just a little pond.
What?
The sound that thing made, it sounded like a fucking Top Fuel race drag strip just fucking ripping through there.
That's like that's like one way that Willy Wonka would show up.
Yeah, dude. So what I love about it is he goes down to one end of the pond, flips around very smoothly.
Oh yeah.
And then
without popping the balloon.
And then just you can hear it rev up. Listen to that. The jet engine.
This guy is
Dude,
he is out in
just pure
chaos. Well, he's like in a metal. It's like looks like it's like the size of a barrel.
Yeah, it's not safe looking.
Like a metal barrel, which has strings going up to like a pallet of wood.
Yeah,
which then go into a hot air balloon, and he has like a fan behind him that's powering his direction, and then somehow creates lift. I'm guessing by pulling more.
It's Wile E. Coyote.
They look like drone propellers on the corners there. I've never been up close to a hot air balloon, but I imagine, it's probably pretty loud, right? The flame?
Yeah, they're super loud. Remember I was talking about that. He would ask you a question and then pull it.
That's right.
You guys having a good time?
You guys come around here often? Like at the dentist?
And you're like, yeah, no, it's a pretty... And then he turns it off, so now you're just yelling like an asshole.
Oh, no, it's really good. Oh, it's really good.
Really good. He goes, oh, yeah. It's your first hot air balloon ride? Yeah,
Sorry, guys. Got to get some altitude.
Sorry, we're going to hit this telephone pole. I should probably stop talking.
I just saw it.
How do people find that? Because it's really hard to explain.
Let's see.
What do you search for? Because it is fucking wild. You have to see this thing.
Is there a title? It's the worst.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Like there's no
nothing.
Is there a TikTok shop link? This guy wrote. I don't know. Let's see. Jet powered hot air balloon. Let's see.
Jet powered?
I'm trying to
see if that does it.
It sounds like it's fucking jet powered.
I don't know.
Look it up on TikTok. I don't know.
Does it seem like it's harder to find things on the internet nowadays?
Yeah, if they don't give it the proper keywords.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it one time and fucking it's gone forever.
I've researched my whole life in the last few years. It's just been like,
you guys ever get on like let's say TikTok or something and you see a video like, oh, that's great. And you bump past or like you refresh the page and like
it's gone.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, share that with somebody. Like
it's
I
like
want to send that.
It's like your phone falling in between the car seat. It's just gone.
Yeah, gone forever.
That's it. Black hole.
Aaron Hernandez.
Okay, well, let's move off and hear from some of the kids. I think it's time. We'll do it as soon as Zach pushes the thing.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
I'll take this one because she wants me to.
Ooh, taking the lead.
Yeah, this is from Molly.
Okay.
And maybe I should be on Molly, not on daughter Molly,
just on the drug.
The drug Molly.
That'd really improve your reading, I bet.
Yeah. Hey, sexy daddies! I'm gonna blow this up because it's really small.
Yeah, blow it up.
Hey, sexy daddies and sexy Uncle Zach. First of all, if somehow you end up reading this on the show, I would like Brian to take this one. He may fuck it up a lot, but I still love listening to him try to read. Bitch. I have a story I thought you guys might appreciate.
All right.
Just kidding, Molly. I'll keep this as short as possible, which usually means it's going to be long. I used to take in the freight at a retail store, and I had this one driver who delivered every Friday.
Okay.
We got to know each other pretty well over one and a half years, but we were also both in relationships and not great ones.
Okay.
Turns out he was from a lot of the same places where I grew up, only 20 years earlier. Both of our relationships ended around the same time, so needless to say, we started hanging out.
Quickly, before you continue, I guess picture this situation like getting freight, like, I don't know, dropping off some toilet paper. Like, all right, thanks, Hank. Your wife's still a bitch? Yeah. Your husband's still a fucking cunt?
Yeah, of
All right,
course.
see you next Friday. Beep, beep.
And then one day, all right, see ya. And then one Friday, hey, wife's still a bitch? Actually,
I left her. Your husband's still a cunt? I'll leave him.
Yeah.
Okay. See you next Friday.
Want to hang out next Friday?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting forklift certified. Check out this cool trick.
All right. Where
it's really
was I?
cool, Molly. See you next Friday. All right, go ahead.
Got to know. We also turns out.
No, the first time
I went to his house, I showed up with a 12-pack of Pabst.
Yeah.
He had some whiskey, so we had some shots and beers. Most of the night was a blur, but I remember this much. We ended up making it out for a bit.
Okay.
Making out for a bit.
Yeah.
Then, guess what she did?
Well, I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay. Then I sucked his dick in the middle of the living room.
Nice.
Him standing and me on my knees.
Zach?
Just so you get the picture.
Horn?
I don't know why I just visualized like you're just sitting there on the couch because when I picture like you're on the couch, you start making out and like maybe she kind of like he's like whoa and she like leans down, but it goes from that to him just like
hello. Looney Tunes playing in the background.
Yeah. Him just standing with his hands on his hips.
Animaniacs. Gluck, 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 gluck. Can you turn that down?
The light of the Animaniacs just flashing on the thing. Yeah.
Totally zany.
After that, we proceeded to shower together while he drank whiskey off my tits.
Zach?
The night ended in bed. Me passed out, and him surely bummed the night didn't end how we anticipated. I woke up the next morning feeling like complete shit and realizing I missed my alarm for work. Then the worst part set in. I had pissed in his bed. I had no time to react or explain. Luckily, he was still asleep, so I got dressed and left. On my way to work, I just realized she said this was okay to read with her name and everything, right? Not anonymous?
Not anonymous.
Okay.
There's a lot of Mollys out there.
Right. Luckily, he was still asleep, so I got dressed and left. On my way to work, driving a little too fast, I had to slam on my brakes, and my phone, a small flip phone, flew on the floor and underneath the center console. Just like as Joe was explaining a little earlier, how in the abyss, it's gone.
Gone. I'll find it later.
I could not find it for the life of me. I had no idea where it went. It's there. But it's
just gone.
It's gone. Over the next few hours after calling out from work, I just laid there basking in my misery
and piss
and feeling like the biggest idiot ever. He must have wanted absolutely nothing to do with me after that, and I had no way at the time to get a hold of him to apologize. Turns out he thought the same way about me.
Turns out he thought he pissed the bed.
Yeah. I mean, it's just piss. You don't know who did it. He had been trying to call me all morning, but I hadn't found my phone. Long story short, I moved in with him about 2 weeks later and never left.
Wow.
Here we are almost 14 years later and still together. Yeah. I believe everything happens for a reason, and even though I pissed in his bed, he must have found something in me that he loved.
He's a pee guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's into that. Yeah. Love you guys. You crack me up with every episode. I always look forward to the next one. Thanks for reading my story. Keep the episodes coming. Can I get a sexy, please? Your innocent daughter, Molly.
Oh, boy. Yeah, nothing like pissing the bed with someone else in it. What an experience.
So the other night, you know how I just don't really drink anymore. I usually just like fucking
don't.
Whatever, edibles
gummies.
or like smoky or whatever, or like smoke or whatever. I had some R&R and didn't drink a ton.
Like
but
the RV park?
Yeah. That was a loud one.
That was loud. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
No, but like R&R, like Canadian whiskey. And had a few of those when we were watching a movie. And I just remember woke up the next day like, this is why. And it wasn't even that much.
Yeah.
And so I know those mornings when you wake up and you're just like that like panic sets in, like what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
And you just like, I don't know if
Well,
everyone
today's gonna
feels it,
suck.
but it's like that, like what did I do? And the guilt, and you start remembering things like, oh fuck, that's right.
Oh my God,
I did that. And you forget about it and you're like, shit, somehow I feel even worse.
I pissed on my own tits in front of the kids. That's why I don't drink whiskey. I promised I'd never do that trick again.
Yeah.
Your wife's gone. There's a note on the. You promised you'd never piss on your own tits in front of the kids again. I'm going to my mom's. You're like, God, whiskey.
You promised you wouldn't piss on your own tits again.
All right. So our second email coming in from Brent says, "Hey guys, I thought you'd appreciate this. My job deals with training people to detect drones in a military environment. So he rigged up the attached inert training device, writing 'not a bomb' on it, and it made me laugh way harder than it should have."
Yes.
I mean, that's so funny. So if you're not seeing the pictures, there's like some painter tape on it, some duct tape around it, just says "not a bomb." It looks like he's. What did they tape together?
It looks like sticks of dynamite that you would like, we're going to blow up with a detonator and everything the shit.
Yeah, those wires all over it, but then right across the top, it just says
not
a bomb. Help!
Not a bomb.
Not a bomb.
I love it. That is like this. They do this shit. It's for serious. It's for drones in the military.
Yeah.
Like, this is a serious job.
They're training for a who knows what operation.
Right.
And Can You Don't was a part of their training.
Yeah.
We have some badass listeners, that's for sure.
It's so wild.
It's fucking awesome. All right, well, that's episode 136.
Hell
if you
yeah,
want
brother.
more content, endless hours of bonus shit at this point, go support us on Patreon. Please do. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. I got Instagram and Facebook, the video version of the show on YouTube, and the email to send things in is heyguys@CanYouDon'tPodcast.com. Rate and review us. Check out what Uncle Zach is doing over at Scatcast. It's very easy. Couple strokes of the key. Scatcast.com. That's scat with a K. You'll be doing a lot more strokes if you go to the other Scatcast.
It's actually really
not,
gross.
Yeah, it is really gross. I'm not into that. Thanks to the babysitters that moderate the Can You Don't Playground on Facebook for all the 20, 30,000 people that are in there posting obscene shit every single day. I'm not sure how we're not shut down. All right, let's wrap it up.
Keep getting the warnings.
No. Zach!
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
Joke.
What's that?
I said you changed the joke.
I did. I texted you about it.
I didn't see it.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
I don't know.
I can't jelly my dick in your ass.
Did you make that up?
No, it's a classic.
Oh.
I was hoping you've never heard it.
I haven't.
Cass and I have both agreed that's probably our favorite, like just one-liner.
I like those kind of jokes. It's just like, yeah.
Can't jelly my dick in your ass. But then I go a little further here. So here's the main difference between jam and jelly. It's in how they're made. Jam is made from crushed fruit, while jelly is made from fruit juice. Okay?
Oh, that makes sense.
There you go. I know. So
because ones have like they're more chunky, like not pulpy, but like chunky, like fruit chunky.
Right, that'd be jam. And then jelly is from they smushed it beforehand and then put things in it to make the jelly.
Jelly always seemed like it wasn't a natural thing. Like jam seems like it seems real.
It's a real deal right here. So there you go. You got a joke and a fact. What the fuck else do you want, everybody? Going the extra mile for you today.
That dick Jesus. That joke
what?
you had reminds me of a joke I heard one time. It's something like how do you I like my coffee like I like my women black.
Okay.
And without some other dude's dick in it.
Yeah. Without your dick in it.
It's like, what? It's like the first part was like, oh, it's gonna, and then it's like, all right, and then just find that
like
way
my
to
coffee,
get
how I like my women without a dick in it.
So,
all right, thanks,
so
Dad.
dumb, but it made me crack up the first time I heard it.
Thanks, Dad. I'll visit it next Thursday.
Let's get you back home.
Get you in bed. Let's get you in bed. Come on now. Can't remember my name. You can remember that joke. All right, let's get you to bed. Let's take those talks out. Warm up those toesy woesies. All right, off to the bonus stuff. You know what to do.
Bye.